What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, the Halloween Cup has arrived in the Go Battle League, and with it comes a meta where a lot of dark types, ghost types, bug types, poison types, a lot of these cool picks here that are kind of spooky, I guess, are allowed in the Go Battle League. I think I came up with a team that's pretty hard meta that's going to be about as good of a team as you can run. I'm going to use Mandibuzz as a very bulky lead, as well as Shadow Nidoqueen and Shadow Caesar in the backline. Let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. First opponent here, let's see what this meta is going to look like. Mandy into a Greninja. I guess it's a good thing we have Air Slash here, right? Our backline is a little bit soft to Greninja, so good to see this here. We can survive the damage it's going to throw here. Although, because Hydro Cannon is a pretty efficient attack, it will, over time, be able to two-shot us with the Water Shuriken damage. But because Mandibuzz is going to be able to neutralize this, hopefully our backline will be just a little bit safer. I'm going to go for the instant Aerial Ace, because I either want to shield or damage against this as quickly as we can. We're at 2 right now, so 1 away from their next Hydro Cannon. Okay, we do get a shield. Dream. 1, 2, 3. So they're at the back-to-back right now. I'm going to no-shield this. It might be a bad play, but I feel like at this point, just force him to throw 2 moves against us, and then I can get a farm down here with my backline. And I would imagine that an energy advantage Shadow Caesar should be pretty good once this thing's out of the way. They will get a Night Slash to knock us out here, and then a Night Slash against either my Nidoqueen or my Caesar, but I feel like, that's fine. I can shield that up. In fact, they could go for a Hydro Cannon here, which, yeah, that's what they're going to do. But I get a lot of energy out of this, so I think I'm fine with that. We'll take 1 more Water Shuriken. If they get a boost, if they go for a Night Slash, that could be, annoying just getting a bit of extra damage against us. But, yeah, no boost. We farm down, and we'll see who comes in. Hopefully nothing to sponge our energy. Okay, that's pretty good for us to see. Corsola does not have a lot of ways to deal with this energy here. I get to 2 Night Slashes before they're able to get to a Nightshade, but the Astonish damage will add up quite a bit. Okay, that's a good boost. Not there's really such a thing as a bad boost. I guess there is if you, get knocked out right when you get the boost, but still. I'll take that. Big Night Slash. Big no-shield, actually. Okay. And it's their own Shadow Caesar. We should be very fine here. Because at this point, I can just come in Shadow Nidoqueen, Mud Slap through them. I believe it is 4 Mud Slaps to get to the Poison Fangs. It's a 40 energy move, so that makes sense. Oh, these Mud Slaps do so much. Wow. Lose condition here is that I no-shield like an Iron Head, so I'm just going to shield this up. It could be a Night Slash, and it could boost after the fact, but I don't think they get to a second Night Slash anyway, as long as this Poison Fang knocks out, which it should. Alright. And this should be a win here. So that's why I really like Mandibuzz instead of Moltres, or one of the other Dark Flyers. It can actually kind of handle the Greninja a little bit better, and once Greninja's out of the way, my backline is a lot safer there, so GG to them. Alright, we got our next opponent here. Battle of the Streamers, LNDS Arrayo. What's he running nowadays? Okay, Incineroar is actually insane. I guess, is this kind of fine for me? I mean, it's good that it's away from my, Caesar, but man, Blast Burn's probably going to hurt quite a bit. And Aerial Ace here, if it gets a shield, is a pretty expensive attack, so, it takes me a second to get to another one, so... That is nothing. It's fine. We don't need it to do a lot. We just need Mandibuzz here to neutralize most of what this Incineroar can do. We should survive a Blast Burn, hopefully, and force them to throw a second attack before our next move. A Brutal Swing bait, that's insane. I think I'm fine no-shielding this, because it's going to be a Blast Burn, right? And that's a lot of energy down the drain for them. But I would imagine in the back is probably going to be some sort of anti-Mud Slap answer. Yeah, they stay in here. That's really good. Just getting that farm down is going to guarantee at this point that Shadow Caesar is not in as big of trouble. Okay. I mean, I feel like this is a matchup where Nidoqueen can do some stupid stuff, right? But maybe not. We'll see. I'm going to go for what could have been an Earth Power here. We get the shield. Okay. We do this stupid Nidoqueen thing, and we just bait with a Poison Fang every time. They're 3 away from their next attack. I feel like CMPing could be a bit of a mistake, because Actually, I don't think I even get to a big move, so yeah, we'll just go for the overfarm here. They should be 4 away from their next attack. Next Surf, that is. So we'll shield this up and see what they want to do. I have a lot of energy here, in case I need it. Okay, let's go. That is a fantastic Pokemon for me to see, I'm not going to lie. I should be fine this game, although there are ways this could be a little bit awkward, depending on what they do. Okay. Nice, I get the full farm down there. They have to throw their move instantly, and if they do that, then I can just Poison Fang them with my Nidoqueen. And we should be fine here. Yeah, I mean, I could even just go for a Mud Slap down, but I'm not going to risk it. I can just get that Poison Fang and 2 more Mud Slaps, and that should win the CMP against him. Oh, I'm actually 1 away. That's even better. Yeah, this should be enough. Despite being resisted here, it's a Shadow Poison Fang. And Jellicent should go down. Nice. Okay. I guess his team comp's kind of working here. We got rid of the Incineroar in the lead. We had 2 decent answers to fairies in the back line, so they were kind of stuck with that Florges there. Okay, nice. Love to see it. Got our next opponent. It's going to be a Mandibuzz into a Murkrow. Actually, don't really know how this plays out, despite playing... Oh, what was that meta earlier this season? Like Willpower Cup or whatever? I would imagine that Mandy can win the zeros. And, I mean, my Air Slashes are adding up quite a bit. Yeah, this is probably not that bad, because I forced him to throw 2 attacks against us, and my Air Slashes should put them into a range where like, I can maybe go for a Foul Play and then farm them down if they no shield, or if they do shield this, I can get to another move. And if they do end up shielding this and knocking us out, that's also fine, because then my Shadow Caesar should be able to come in and then farm down. Smart overfarm by them here. They're going to be able to get to another move against my Shadow Caesar before I can farm him down by doing that, but you know, that's fine. I can shield that farm down, get a big energy lead for my Caesar here. Yeah, they barely get that move off. Bullet Punch is a good move, but I guess not good enough to just, get that farm down. But that's fine. We'll see what they bring in the back line. Hopefully nothing to wall my energy, saying Murkrow is generally what would have done that. Oh my goodness, they must be so scared of my Shadow Caesar if they bring this in. I probably should go double Night Slash here, but, we're playing it risky. They're at 7, so it could be a Stone Edge now. 8. And they wait a turn. So they're at 8 right now, which means, if we're counting, they're at 1 past the Stone Edge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have the Stone Edge now. What's in the back, do we think? We go for the catch on the Stone Edge just to keep our Shadow Caesar around. This could have been risky because I think they do survive that Mud Slap, so if they went for the overfarm there, they could have gotten Earthquake into us, which would have been a lot of damage. Okay. That is not exactly what I was expecting to see. I feel like we actually lose, don't we? Because there's, like, no way that I knock out this Nidoqueen before they get a Stone Edge off. Poison Fang doesn't do a lot. Yeah, and I don't get the Night Slash. Oh, yikes, I was so close! Man, I wasn't expecting double Dark Poison, or double Poison Ground, that is, in the backline. I guess I should have. Man, if I could have survived a little bit longer with my Nidoqueen to get the Stone Edge, we would have won that, but Poison Fang doesn't do anything there. Dang it, okay. Got our next battle here. Let's see if we can win this one. Mandy into Morpeko. That is a remarkably bad lead, actually. I'm going to swap into my Nidoqueen and probably get hard-walled by a Flyer. Yeah, that's not ideal, necessarily, but at least this isn't the worst Flyer to see, saying I have Stone Edge. So they have to respect that, right? This is bad. Okay, we get a shield. 6, 7, 8. Thing is, I don't really have an answer to that Morpeko, right? So I feel like no shielding this is kind of the play I always have to make, just so I get a shield advantage on my Shadow Caesar. They're at 9, so they have their Icy Wind now. They're 5 away from the next Icy Wind. Okay, this game's gonna get weird. This game's gonna get really weird. I'm gonna get an energy lead here, but I have to go down a shield to do so. Do I have enough energy to win this game? That's gonna be the big question. Or enough HP, even. They probably come in with that Morpeko now, but maybe they bring in Drifloon here. If they bring in more Pekko, I'm probably happier, I guess. That fast move pressure might just do me in. So I'm not going to get to 2 moves here, unfortunately. Well, I'll get to 2, but not one of them being a Trailblaze. Wow, they no-shield that? Okay. Good no-shield, I guess. We'll see if that's going to matter. What a no-shield by them. Holy moly. I mean, the play here is going to be shield the first move. Not that it matters at all. I bet a boosted Dark-type Aura Wheel probably still knocks us out, but I have to shield this. I can't believe they did that. Can't believe they did that. That's frustrating. I should have Trailblazed. We would have won the game if we did that. Okay, does Dark-type Aura Wheel knock us out? It's resisted, but it's +1, so there's a chance it does. Please don't, though. Just please for me. That's a really bad lead. Oh my goodness, we almost came back from it, but they didn't let us play around like we needed to there. If they would have... Oh man. Honestly, maybe I should have just stayed in against that Murkrow with my Mandibuzz. It's hard to say. Next opponent. Let's see if we can get the win here. We've had some tricky games the last couple. Mightyena. I guess that's a pretty good lead, saying it resists Sucker Punch, but they could probably go for some Poison Fang, and I mean, Sucker Punch is a pretty good move, so maybe it's not like the best matchup in the world. Yeah, I mean, they're staying in here, right? So we'll see what's going to happen. They could have Play Rough, maybe, right? Is that a moveset this thing gets? I don't remember. But either way, I should either get a shield or a lot of damage. I'm fine with the damage. I'm kind of wondering if they have a Nidoqueen in the backline the way they're playing this out, because they're staying in here for some reason. I'm just going to swap. I have a lot more fast move pressure in the backline. Okay, that's weird. Shouldn't have brought this in. I mean, I didn't really try to bring this in, but they swapped at the same time as me. That simul swap is actually kind of tragic here. I'm gonna have to sacrifice my Caesar now. But I'll double shield just to get this thing lower. Maybe get myself an energy lead on my backline. Alright. What do they do here? And is it like, maybe it's a double water poison team. It could be, I guess. Nice. Somehow we get a catch through there. I think they waited a turn. But, like, they didn't properly wait a turn. Okay, they might have just banked a move there. Or... I mean, this thing gets access to Aqua Tail too, so that is a little bit scary. Hmm. 8. Alright. Back-to-back attacks right now. That's annoying. Don't mud slap him down in time. Whoa. Why didn't they throw their next move? I'm so confused right now. We should win, right? They have 1 Aqua Tail in that Quillfish. I think we might have barely survived the Aqua Tail on our Caesar from that thing, but, like, that could have made it a little bit scarier. Okay. Let's go. That was crazy. We'll take it. Okay, we got a 3-2 set here. Not too bad. Not too bad. A good start, I guess, to Halloween Cup, but we'll try to keep on going. Let's see what Mandy can do in this game. It's been getting some interesting leads. I wouldn't say anything too great. That's a decent lead, but the worst thing about this is we know it has Stone Edge, right? I mean, that's why I'm running it, too. Okay, but they swap out instantly into a Galarian Moltres. They could Brave Bird us here if they really want to. They're at, I believe, 8 right now. Or are they? No, they're at 9. Either way, we're in a pretty good spot where we can survive the moves. And they need to throw all of their energy here. I have fast move pressure, they don't. Fly. We survive that. And we get a second Aerial Ace through. I think the big question is going to be now, how do they want to play this out with their Nidoqueen? They could Brave Bird here. I think we survived that, right? Yeah, barely. So Nido's going to get a bit of a farm down. I'm going to come in my own Nidoqueen here and, like, shield once and farm down, maybe. Interesting that they go instantly for a Poison Fang here. Maybe I don't shield that then. It could be a misplay, though, because I'm going to be lower on HP now than I'd like to be. We'll save the energy, come in Shadow Caesar. Okay, that's not bad. We'll Night Slash first, because that way I deny them a turn. This game is still, like, a little bit scary, because their Nidoqueen is still around, but I get a shield. Okay, it's over now. That's just game. The Night Slash boost is very unnecessary here, though, I think. I think in the 2s, I'm still fine, like, no matter what I do. But with a boost, it's like, now they have no play. Because I can Night Slash now on CMP. This will get a guaranteed knockout or shield, and then either I just punch through everything, or I can Night Slash that Nidoqueen later on if I have to. No, don't waste all my boost luck here. It's fine, we'll take the win. Alright, next opponent here. Mandy into a Sableye. Okay, so this used to be really good for Mandibuzz. It's probably not that great now, saying that Sableye has access to a lot of, coverage moves now. Really, really quick swap out by me here into Shadow Caesar, into the Shadow Drapion safe swap. You do shield a Crunch, though, so that's nice. We'll go for the Trailblaze here to get a guaranteed shield or knockout against this. I would expect a no shield because they did CMP and Aqua Tail, and they're going to try to survive a Night Slash. Yeah. But now if that Sableye comes back in, I think I probably just one-shield farm down, which is ridiculous to say. But it is looking like it is the case, so that's what I'll do. I feel like Shadow Caesar could be decent into the back line. Yeah, we can't farm down, but I can catch the move. So we'll see if that's a good play. I'm kind of sad. Honestly, maybe I should have thrown the Night Slash. This could have been a shield KO. Pinkaton, that's fine. At this point, I just need any bit of chip damage that I can get against this. Although it does have Bulldoze coverage for our Nidoqueen, which could be a little bit scary. But they're not going to want to shield any of these moves, and if they don't shield anything, then they're going to be in a spot where potentially I can just, like, farm down. I mean, I lose CMP here, but that's fine. I don't get knocked out by this, which is kind of sad for them. Yeah, I mean, that's not even close to a knockout, which is kind of crazy, right? They could Fairy Wind us down from here, though, so gotta keep that in mind. We'll Night Slash, and we'll Night Slash, and we'll Night Slash some more, and we'll see what we can do. Might have been a catch there, or that might have been a CMP, actually. If that was a CMP, the game's over. Yeah. Because at this point, one Bulldoze does not knock out a Shadow Nidoqueen. I don't know if two would. I would assume they do, though. Or 5, so they have to move now. I guess we'll Poison Fang for good measure. This guarantees one more Mud Slap does it. Maybe this knocks out. It's resisted, though, so... Oh, it is enough. Nice. And one slap into the Sableye. Okay, let's go. That was kind of a weird game, where it was a really good matchup in a way, but it could have been bad if I misplayed it. But Shadow Caesar just being such a menace, I think, into that team. Next opponent here. See what Mandibuzz can do. It's been doing all right so far today. Mandy into Dedenne. That is the opposite of all right. Just going to put that out there. With that said, our backline is kind of tailored to handle this, so if we can bait out something like a Flyer here, and then use our Nidoqueen against this, that would be better. They're at 5, so instant Parabolic Charge. Yeah, they'll swap likely. Or not. I mean, I'll take the free Trailblaze boost here. If they're letting me get to that. This probably gets a shield. And if they shield, I think I just shield a second time and farm down. Yeah. I don't love going down 2 shields this early, but I also do like investing in Shadow Caesar, especially when now I am boosted and I can swap if I need to. And they're also in range where I could knock him out with a foul play. Oh, they're gonna give me a farm down. I don't know if that's a good play for them or not. We'll see what comes in. I could probably get to 2 Night Slashes here, as long as they don't have a lot of fast move pressure. Okay, I saw the Ghost and Ground typing. I kind of figured that was the the Golurk there. But no, that's a Runerigus. Oh. Well, that's good. Either we knock this out or we get their final shield. I would assume they probably let this go. I get a bullet punch into something in the back line. Okay, Greninja is a little bit scary to see. I'll just bring in my Nidoqueen right now, though. Just get some fast move pressure against it. I feel like I just air slash down now. And they're not going to be able to Night Slash here. They need 3 attacks to knock out my Mandibuzz. You're at 2 right now. 3. Yeah, we should be fine. I think we're fine. Yeah, that doesn't do too much. They can get another Hydro, but they're not going to get a 3rd. We just go for fast moves. No reason to give them any extra energy by throwing a charge attack myself. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so that Greninja could have been a bit of a nuisance if we didn't have enough fast move pressure, but Shadow Nidoqueen, I mean, it kind of... That's what it's there for, right? It's there for the fast move pressure. Nice, down goes the Greninja, and we're able to pick up a win against a Dedenne lead, so good stuff. All right, we got our next opponent here. We're doing pretty good this set. I think we're 3-0. Mandy into... Oh my goodness, that is not good. A Tinkaton. We'll swap here to Shadow Caesar, see if we can get a swap out from them. They're staying in, probably going to go for a Bulldoze Chip and Dip here. Not a bad play on their end. They can outpace us, but I do get that Bullet Punch damage, which could be at least kind of helpful for the backline. All right, doesn't two-shot us here quite yet. Oh, they come in. What was that? Probably Shadow Dusknoir? Yeah. That was a lot of fast move pressure here. But I should be able to get a shield advantage, and maybe a shield advantage is what my Nidoqueen needs to have some more play. You get a boost there, which is pretty useless, because unfortunately for me, I don't get a Night Slash off. Although, you know, maybe the fast move pressure there is kind of nice. Could make it so I can maybe farm this down. How much does a Dynamic Punch do to me? If I don't get two-shot, I just farm down. I don't think I will get two-shot, right? I'm a Mandibuzz. Yeah. You have a lot of energy here. The only tricky part is I wouldn't be surprised still if they had like a Galarian Moltres in the backline. Something that just is really hard for my Nidoqueen to deal with. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, that is exactly what's in the backline. It's looking pretty RPS against us right now. If I can get a bait through here, that's like my only chance of winning this game. But even then, I don't know if that's enough. Yeah. I should have gone for the nuke, I guess. I don't know how many people know that Nidoqueen runs Stone Edge in this meta. But, I mean, I think that even if I did happen to get the proper playoff there with, like, the Poison Fang bait, I probably would have lost. So I really should have full sent. The fasting pressure and the fact they would have still got to 2 flies to get my 2 shields would have lost us the game, so should have full sent. All right, next opponent here. Can we get the 4-1 set, or will we be stuck with a mediocre 3-2? Well, that's a fantastic lead. Our team has a lot of play into this. They should not be staying in here. I'll say that much. They throw on alignment too. What is going on right now? Okay, this is maybe the best case scenario. Yeah, I mean, Sludge, I guess, is going to do some damage. You know, maybe I shouldn't have come in here. Especially down so much energy. I don't have Earth Power, so I have no way to get the shields back. Okay, but they're on Stone Edge, so that's not really a good bait move. I'm going to go for the Poison Fang here, just so I can hopefully get the slap down in the 2s. Yeah, they never need to shield anything from my queen. Alright, this is fine. Maybe. I don't know. Shadow Caesar without his shield is going to be pretty awkward in the backline. Alright. Well, that's going to be good. I can see why they were a little bit scared of my Mandibuzz lead. Oh, that's a non-shadow. That's crazy. I just go for the fast moves at this point. Yeah, that is remarkably bad for them, isn't it? I guess we Stone Edge here in case the Clodsire comes back in. And then I don't see what they can do to even have a remote chance of winning this game. Yeah. They might not have expected too many people to be running Dark Flyers, which, I'm going to be honest, I feel like that's one of the more common Pokemon we're going to be seeing in this meta. Big core breaker to the Grass plus Mudslap duo. Although we did learn something pretty valuable this game, Nidoqueen's not the most consistent answer to the Clodsire safe swap. Which, I mean, that makes sense in a way. I charge attack pressure does nothing. They are still trying. Alright. You know, I guess I gotta give them credit where credit's due. Well, they're throwing alignment again, so that's weird. I think they still have a chance here. Do 2 Sledges even knock us out from this point? I don't think so. I think I survived this next one. Another alignment throw. This is crazy. Yeah, we survived that. We don't even need our Shadow Caesar this game. Alright, that was odd. And we got the win. It was a pretty bad team comp for our opponent, but they tried to play it to the very end. And we'll take that. It's a 4-1 set, I believe. Right? Let's see. Yeah, 4-1. Maybe could have been a 5-0 if I were better at this game. Who's to say? Can't even catch a Marowak. I'm so bad. Nice, okay. Great start here to the Halloween Cup. Overall, a pretty good start, I'd say, to the Halloween Cup. I kept on using this team for the rest of the day, and I climbed up nearly to the 3200s by using it. I think Shadow Caesar is about the best Pokemon in this meta, and then Mandibuzz and a Mudslapper. That's about the tale as old as time here at this core. It's a fantastic duo, and this team is very good, so if you want to climb, give it a go. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.